What's happening? What's happening? It's your boy PBK9 giving you that dog news the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Some gonna like it, some ain't. You know, thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. Thank y'all for hitting that like button, comment at the bottom, keep commenting, keep riding with your boy, I'm riding with you. You know what I'm saying? We doing that Bulldog news for the day. Hope everybody having a great weekend, getting that rest, because I know y'all worked hard all last week. So get that rest. That's what I'm trying to do. Get that rest, you know, so we can start this week up. All right, let's get into that dog news. All right, today we jumping straight off in that dog news like we always do, you know, for the weekend. First thing I want to say, all right, in 1983, what was I doing? Was I in the game in 1983? I was deep in the game in 1983. But was it the game you thinking about? It was this game. Mario Brothers. Nintendo had just came out. Nintendo had just came out. I was 4 years old, maybe 5. You know. Nintendo had just came out, and that was the game I was in. Knee deep in it. Can't tell you nothing about it. Don't know nothing about it. Anything else. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you this right here. I got a friend that showed me something from 1986. I'm gonna see if I can blow it up for y'all. If you look right real close right there to the bottom of that page, that's a name a lot of y'all familiar with. What is it? Queen of Hearts? Now I can't speak on 1983, but you know, I'm gonna blow it up like I said, so you can read the date and the name. But my folk make sure I can cover 1983 and 1986 and them 80s. Alright. Now there's one question all the dog men want to know. You know, they watch these videos to be on all the dog men YouTube channels. All the dog men want to know is one thing. What has the brat, not what has the brat did, but the ones that know that she went on, were they top dog men, A-class dog men? You know, at least A-, maybe B+ dog men. That's what all the dogs want to know, and nobody has an answer for it yet. You know, nobody has an answer for it, but that's what the dogs want to know. See, when I say this, I don't want to sound arrogant. I don't want to sound full of ourselves. I don't want to sound none of that. I'm coming strictly being humble about this right here. You know what I'm saying? All right. When it comes to certain people leaving their state, going other places, doing this, doing that, okay, remember, dog men, the name of the game is not to leave your state. The name of the game is to race or play with A-grade dog men, no matter where they're from. You know what I'm saying? The name of the game ain't to leave your state, because you can leave your state, run into a D-class dog man. You know what I'm saying? So what does that do because you left your state to another D-class dog man? Okay? Name of the game is to, compete with the A-class dog man. Okay? Alright? I say that to say this. That's why I say I don't want to sound arrogant. I don't want to sound full of ourselves. No, none of that. But, alright, look at California. How California look at all other states when it comes to gangbanging? When it comes to gangbanging, what California tell you 24/7? They don't go along with all the other politics across the state. Whatever goes down in Cali is Cali politics, because they do things different. You know what I'm saying? It's the same exact thing. No disrespect to nobody else that's doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But why would the dog men from back in the 1900s worry about leaving and going to California, going to Texas, going to this place, when you had a boatload of A-class dog men from North Carolina to South Carolina to Georgia, and then down to Florida. North Carolina and South Carolina, and then down to Georgia and Florida. So why would you, the purpose ain't really to go far as you can go. The purpose is to go to the top dogs. You know what I'm saying? To the top dogs. The top dog might be, staying right beside you. The top dog might be 3 miles down the street. The top dog might be 30 miles down the street. It ain't to go, how far you can go, because we can go 1,000 miles, like I said earlier, and going up against no competition at all. No competition, but you went 1,000 miles with your dog. He did go 1,000, but he ain't went into nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as Puerto Rico, now, if you told me they was doing these dances right here, now I'll go there to get that. Find me a woman I can dance with like that, and I'd have been there. You know what I'm saying? But not for no American pit bull. I'm not going over there looking to that boy. Look at him. Now imagine me going to Puerto Rico looking for some competition. All this competition right here under my nose. Man, you know what them boys gonna say? He ran to Puerto Rico. He ran to Puerto Rico. All them boys from North Carolina into South Carolina with all them great hounds during them days. Man, no. Man, I couldn't do nothing like that. The A-class dog man was in this area. And you got them in the other areas. But I'm talking about as far as to make that get that champion title or get that grand champ title, or people didn't have to go for. Different states, you got different things. In Cali, they originated that thing. They look at things different. You know what I'm saying? In them Carolinas, we ain't have to go far. Because it was a boatload of A-class dog men. Maybe B-class dog men. You know what I'm saying? But the way they conducted themselves, because a lot of times it's how you conduct yourself in certain things. You know what I'm saying? You might confine yourself in the A-class level. But, see, with me, I was super young, but the people I hung around was A-class dog men. A-class dog men. And I'm not going to tell you I wasn't green. Everybody got to go through the green stage, But I was blessed. And I say blessed because we got millions of people across this country. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of never get a chance to really bump heads with the original dog men. You know what I'm saying? The A-class men. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get A-class dog men that way now because of the laws and everything done changed. Them guys are like, how can I put it? They like, the foot soldiers and the Mount Rushmore of this game. You know what I'm saying? Them boys, the Mount Rushmore of the game. Not just 2 or 3, 4 heads like Rushmore, but all of them. It's hard to get to that level because, things changed since then. So you gotta look at it in that way too. Now I need my up north people to ride with me for a few seconds. All my people from Maine on up to, cause see, we consider, I don't know how Virginia consider Virginia, but down south, we don't consider Virginia part of the South. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they consider, because I always hear them know they consider themselves the South. But down south, we consider it stopping at North Carolina. Alright, but anyway, I need my up north people to ride with me for a few seconds, right? Because I'm about to say something, and I don't want nobody to get upset about nothing, because you know how people be in their feelings and they take things the wrong way. Alright, but, okay, give you a quick example. Why I wouldn't, go all out searching, okay? This say back in the 1900s, I would have a great hound, boom, okay? Now, I take him out, get him his first, second, boom. Then, or let's say, I get a little name for him, you know what I'm saying, down south. But then, I take that dog up north, up somewhere around New York, or, up in that north area, somewhere up there, and to come back as grand champion. The next couple times, you know what I'm saying, he come back, he get him about 3 wins up north somewhere, come back a grand champion. Man, I ain't gonna tell you a lie. A lot of them old school Southern dog men that's from North Carolina across the country on down past Texas. Everything below that, you know what I'm saying? from North Carolina to Tennessee, you know what I'm saying, on across the country, Oklahoma, on down towards Texas. On down towards Texas. Alright? We're talking the whole bottom half of the country. They'd have been like, now we're talking about the true dog men now, you know, the A-class ones, because all of them had connections with each other. They knew each other. Alright? So they would have been like, man, he won them up north. He won them up north. And that's what the word would have been. He won them up north, saying it like, oh, that was an easy go. That was an easy go for him. He won that one up north. You know what I'm saying? So I understand if you was up north, why you had to move around different places. You maybe only had 1 or 2, maybe 3 A-class dog men in 100 miles of you. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like that for us. You know what I'm saying? In the Carolinas, and that's including North and the South, you know what I'm saying? You might go to a place where, okay, I'm gonna give you a quick example. Okay, I can go to a place in South Carolina where I'm within 100. I'm within 75 miles to 100 miles of at least 40 A-class, at least 30 A-class dog men. You know what I'm saying? Within 100 miles in them days. Like, come on. You ain't want to leave and go to Wells. You want to stay safe back then in them 1900s. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of dog men made it to these days across the country, because they played it like that. They didn't go way to Mexico. Oh, and since I'm talking about Puerto Rico, okay, we can't start talking about Puerto Rico when we giving Chico Lopez hell about the global grand champions. You know what I'm saying? We gonna give Chico hell about his global champions. We can't give no props to no Puerto Rican matches. You know what I'm saying? Because we talking about what goes down in this soul. The U.S. of A. The great land of the U.S. of A. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, the boys, the Macho Buck crew, they got it done in the U.S. Ramirez and them boys, they get it done in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? All them boys that running that Manny Barracuda stuff, CML, them boys, they getting it done in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it probably will feel great back when I was a youngster to be in a place where you could go do something a little legal in Mexico or this like that. Back when I was a youngster and things were different, it probably would have been great, you know, to go to Mexico and do it freely. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it ain't about what you can do free. It's about the competition, the stiffness of the competition. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, you know, because Mexico been bringing some great dogs out. They've been bringing some great dogs out, you know. And they had that rock. When I say that rock, I'm talking like that basketball. You know, that's lingo for people who know what I'm talking about. When they had that rock, when Mexico had that rock, they didn't produce a Grand Champion Yellow, a Red Boy, a Jeep, a Eli Jr., a Bully Son, or this and that. No, they ain't produce all that. You know what I'm saying? They running their lines that they running, but they ain't produced all them lines. Okay, and let's say right now it's legal over there. Why the hell we don't got a Super Grand Champion Yellow, a Super Grand Champion, a Super Red Boy, a Super Jeep, a Super all this, all these dogs that we had from the 80s? Why we don't got them in Mexico right now? Because it's legal. They should be kicking up dust over there. You know what I'm saying? They should be bringing us good hounds back over here in America. That's real good game. Why? There's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? Because the knowledge, and not saying that they don't have no knowledge about the game. We all got the same knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But the way things are conducted is a difference. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? You don't get props for something that was created in America when you go to another country doing it. You know what I'm saying? If something was American pastime, you don't get props saying cause you went, you know, this place or that place and did this and did that. Okay, that's cool. But you know how them boys in America get now. You know how that two-step boy in America, them boys know how to do that two-step over here. You know what I'm saying? They do different steps. Everywhere got their own step they do. But in America, they do that two-step. You know what I'm saying? And it's a little bit different. You know, a little bit different. And, you know, I'm willing to bet you this right here. Everybody in a foreign country, if they ever bring their dog to America and get a win, that's one of the high things on their resume. You know what I'm saying? We came to America and won. We came to America and won. But now it seems to be these Americans getting content with saying they going to another country where the competition ain't quite as stiff. You know what I'm saying? Competition ain't quite as stiff. But they get all our little American fans and little American dog men that's coming up trying to be great dog men. You hear, oh, this man went out the country. Oh, this man went somewhere else. Oh, this man. No, man, listen here, fellas, man. Tell them dog men, you ain't got it, especially if you in a whatever place you at. You know, if you got A-class dog men, A-class don't necessarily mean they known for as the famous dog men. It just means A-class. An A-class dog man, it speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? His whole thing speaks for itself. You know, so you don't gotta go traveling all across the country. Cause you know where you'll find yourself at when you're doing all that type of stuff. I ain't gotta tell you. I ain't gotta even tell you. You know where you find yourself at. You know what I'm saying? And see, I was a youngster back in them days. You know, I was maybe 21, 20, 22, somewhere around age 23. When a lot of dog men, by the time I was 22, a lot of them older dog men was like, you know, going in their 40s. Okay, now, if you was in your 40s, or if you started the dog game in the 80s, and you wasn't in the A-list by the 90s, then you wasn't doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Because I jumped straight into the game in the A-list. I did my bumbling and bullshit, you know, before I knew anything. But when I met real dog men, I met real dog men, you know, off top, you know, and it was what it was. Talking about way back in the days, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go way back when there wasn't no keeps online, no none of that. Only person had something out there, maybe it was Finkelwinkle, Fat Bill, and I want to say maybe California Jack had something out there on the keep wise. Other than that, you had to look at them boys' keep and make you one around that, because you didn't want to just copy what they was doing, because you didn't know if it was working or if it wasn't working. So you had to look at that and try to make you a program around what them boys was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to you, I was just, you know, intrigued with the dog. I paid attention to things. I paid attention, and when you in that dog game for real, you don't like to lose. You don't like to lose, you don't like to get embarrassed, you don't like for your pride to get stepped on, none of that. So in order to stop all that, you get you a hound that's going, when you leave, you smiling. You know what I'm saying? You leave, you're smiling. But yeah, man, them boys know you been around here and there or whatever, but they want to know about the brand, you know, her accolades. All right. Still more fake champion talk. Now we talking about Weird Jack. Y'all like Weird Jack, right? Y'all like Weird Jack? Y'all like Weird Jack? Y'all love Weird Jack? Okay. Mr. Waddle, he got rid of Weird Jack. I asked him about Weird Jack's brother. Weird Jack's brother, Champion Yellow Giant. That's all I'm gonna say. See that toe jam stuff that came from Crossroad off that yellow stuff? Alright, let me tell you a quick trait of that. Anybody who really had it, you know what I'm about to say. That toe jam stuff, you know, especially when bred heavy yellow, makes the original lay down dog. Makes the original lay down dog. I ain't talking about no lay down and do some bullshit and get pounded on and, oh man, no, I'm talking about lay down, make smart moves from the bottom. Make smart moves from the bottom and rest. You know what I'm saying? That was the only line of that yellow stuff that I seen personally. You know, a lot of people said a lot of that yellow stuff when bred too heavy did that. You know, but that was the only one that I seen, you know, that laid down like that and threw that trait in all the dogs. The dog, it ain't had to look like toe jam. It could have been a grandson, a great grandson. It ain't had to look like toe jam. But that lay down trait is still in them, you know. And like a lot of people fear different styles of dogs. But see, that lay down trait, it kind of compromises a lot of the most feared styles, because a dog comes from the bottom side, you know, comes from the bottom side, and it's hard, you know, if he's not playing in defense mode, you know, it kind of confuses the other dog a little bit, you know, thinking he's kind of losing, but in actuality he's winning. See, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I remember when dogs were cheap, you know what I'm saying? I remember we can go buy a good Red Boy Jocko dog, high quality, straight off the good stuff, $250. Okay? You want my truth? We the one fuck the game up. We fuck the dog game up money-wise. You know what I'm saying? We the reason you got to pay $2,500 and $5,000 for a dog right now. All of us collectively. Because when we bought that dope money into the game, you know what I'm saying, we was willing to pay whatever they wanted for the dog. A man could not have been wanting to sell that dog, but we had that money to throw at him. You know, he didn't want to sell him. Man, I got $1,500. I got $2,000. Boom, give it to him. He got it. Boom. He ain't worried about it. Okay, next time you come, the dogs done went up a little bit now. Now they about $500. You know what I'm saying? $700, $800. Okay, that's getting around the board. One man seeing he can sell it that high, the next man go to sell it that high. You know, oh, them boys got money, man. Them boys got money out there. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, all across the country, everybody willing to pay. Everybody willing to pay. Did we come to this one big conclusion year after year after year? Now we at the price where, you know what I'm saying, you can't even enjoy your dog. You want to be able to enjoy them. If this was the 1900s, you know what I'm saying, what you would have to do is take the price down to $500 and below. You know what I'm saying? Take the price all the way down so the average person, you know, who trying to bulldog can afford one. You know, right now, the way the game is, you gotta be, you know, you gotta have some bread to even buy what could be a cur. And then if you spend all your money on that one dog, and you might be in heart, you might really want a bulldog, but you go spend all your money on this one dog, man, that shit might deter you, make you want to get out the dog game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, now you spend $250, $500 on a good dog. Oh, he don't turn out. Okay, it is what it is. Go get me another one, try him. See how he turn out. You know, you can see, and a man can really see the dogs develop more when your prices ain't sky high. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm selling mine high right now because that's what it is. But we just talking about, you know, if you wanted to do things like the 1900 guys was doing, you know what I'm saying? You really wanted to see what kind of quality dogs you have. First thing you gotta do is take the price down. A man ain't going out there risking all kind of stuff when he paid $3,000 for a dog, $4,000 for a dog that's a puppy, you know what I'm saying? And he gotta raise it up. Man, listen here, man. What you expect? Common sense, man. What you expect that man to do? What you expect that man to do? You know what I'm saying? But you take that thing down to $250 to $500, you can find out where the good bulldog's at, and you can go find this breeder across the country because he got the bulldogs that standing out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people buying them. They can buy them. They can afford to buy them. And if they don't turn out right, they can go give them to the vet, let them get their nuts clipped, you know, get them neutered, give them to a good family or something like that, and go get them another dog that might turn out the way they wanted it to turn out. You know what I'm saying? Because they can afford it. They can go buy 2 or 3 dogs in the price they're going to pay for one dog. You know? And that gives you opportunity to see who producing good dogs, who the good dog man is. You know, all kind of stuff. You know, you can't check nothing when you got, you buy 2 dogs, you done spent $5,000. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. I can't knock none of these young fellas, you know what I'm saying, for going out there spending that money, $2,500, $3,000 on something, and then you don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like that in my days. You know, I bought Sambo for $500, straight off of Champion Fatty. You know what I'm saying? And that was back in them days, you know. But this is a whole different, whole different ball game. If it wasn't turned out for him, I didn't have a whole lot of bank into it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have a whole lot of bank. When I got them dogs from Mr. Claude Puckett, he charged me $250 a piece for them dogs. 2 dogs. Two of them off the yard that day, $250 a piece. You know, it was what it was. If it didn't turn out, I didn't have a whole lot of invested in them. You know, although $250 was more back then than what it is now, of course, but $250 still wasn't equivalent to no $2,500. No, back then. You know, so it was what it was. And it is what it is. And if you want to find out where the good stuff at, we got to take the price down. Other than that, everybody's still keeping it way up there. I'm just going to keep mine way up there and do it like everybody was doing as far as keeping the prices and stuff up. You know, keeping the prices up. Because ain't no use for me to sell mine for no $500. If the rest of the country selling theirs for $2,500, I might as well stick with the rest of the country. I didn't get a chance to go to Puerto Rico, you know, but like I say, I did get a chance to meet some great old school dog men at a young age and put a lot of different things in my brain, you know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Mac Booth. I met him one day, you know, and he was well out the game. He told me, he said the best thing to do is to find you the best female and the best male puppy you can find off of, you know, the best dogs and start your yard from there. You know, I sat down with him and we looked through the photo albums at some of his old great dogs, and he gave me dog knowledge. And same way like Mr. Claude Puckett, you know, I keep bringing them guys' names up because them OGs, the old schoolers in the game. I met him, you know, and he told me different things and different stuff and how to maneuver certain things with my dog to take care of a dog the right way. You know, I met Mr. Mitch. I met the guy who had Hoss. That's in a lot of you guys' Red Boy pedigree. Look at your Red Boy pedigrees and you see Dusty too, and you see Hoss and all them. Like, that's one of my personal friends. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Everybody on different levels in the dog game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on different levels in the dog game. Some, you know, gotta work years to get to this level. Some jump straight in on that level. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is when it comes to the dog game. And it comes to where you stay at, what kind of environment you around. You know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It ain't all necessarily about South Carolina, you know, because it's 50 states, 51 states out there, you know. But certain things, you already know what time it was. Certain things, you know, okay, put it like this. LA, it started that game bang, all right? New York, y'all started that rap hip hop thing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all started that, you know. But that bulldogging, we might be started it, you know. But the pioneers, you know, the old school pioneers, you know, we ain't talking about them boys. We ain't talking about no Kobe, no none of them boys. You know, we talking about the good guys. You know what they call them? The good guys. North Carolina, South Carolina. North Carolina, South Carolina had to go nowhere. You know, those states, I can start at the bottom of North Carolina. It take me damn near, I can go to New York right now, right? Leaving from South Carolina. And you know what state gonna take me longest to get through? North Carolina. Man, it take me forever to get through North Carolina, man. Man, and listen, I bet you, them boys in North Carolina ain't gotta go nowhere. Boom, 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 bumping in an A-class dog, man. You know, back in them days. South Carolina, boom, 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 boom. Go holler at boys in North Carolina. Boys in North Carolina holler at them boys in South Carolina. Back in them days, you know what I'm saying? A-class dog men all in the radius of damn near 150 miles, 200 miles. So why go 1,000? For some lower class competition. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. But you wouldn't know that looking from the outside of the glass. You know what I'm saying? Looking from the outside of the glass, you're thinking, oh, he beat a Russian dog. Man, that Russian dog might be one shit. That Russian dog might be one shit. But I tell you what, beat one from out there in that country part, of North Carolina, on that country back road down there. You know what I'm saying? Might be an unknown dog, man, but he rolling with somebody who got him in the right place at the right time. Beat that one. You know what I'm saying? That's the one you beat. You know? We ain't talking about that one over there in Juarez and all them other places. No. Beat that one over there in Tennessee. Beat that one over there in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi. Beat that one. That's the one we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Beat them. Beat that one in Florida. Beat that one in Georgia. But I don't know about all that, you know, Chihuahua and all that other stuff, you know. Them places, I love my folk over there. Shout out to all my folk over there, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. And they can't lie to me. All my folk that's over there bulldogging right now, you cannot lie to me. If you send one to America and he do his thing, that goes to the top of your resume. Because your dog went to America and kicked ass. And you can't tell me and sit there and tell me that I'm lying to all my Mexican folks out there. You know what I'm saying? You might got a champion in Mexico, but when he go out to get that fourth in America, what that's telling them folk that you deal with back in Mexico? That dog ain't nothing to fucking play with. He ain't nothing to play with. But like I said, man, shout out to all the bulldoggers out there. East Coast, West Coast, down south, up north. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stay safe. Like I always say, keep bulldogging like you always do. Keep subscribing. Keep subscribing. We need to get that subscriber count up. Hopefully these puppies come. You know what I'm saying? And we can do that. They know that puppy giveaway. Like I said, I wanted to do. But y'all hit that like button before y'all get up out of here. Hit them comments up. And ride with your boy. I'm riding with you. I'm out.